Hey everyone, my name is Joy and today I'm going to be showing you guys what is on my iPhone 12 Pro Max. Before we get started too, I guess a little bit about my cell phone usage. I would say that I used to use my phone a lot, and I think during the beginning of the pandemic I would use it a ton. I still use it. I feel like my screen time is still up because I typically FaceTime a lot of people, and I think YouTube is one of the big apps that I'll still use on my phone, but I'm trying to monitor that more, which has been good. This is kind of my journey of digital minimalism into using my phone less and being more complete without it. So don't expect to see, you know, no apps or whatever on my phone. I'm definitely not like that. I still like to use my apps for the usefulness that comes with apps and ease of ordering things like food or, you know, things from Amazon. So I definitely still am, I would say, like a user of certain apps, but this is my phone on my way to being more digitally minimalist. Okay, so let's just dive right into it. My thought behind creating this homepage is so that I want to have only the apps that I feel like are necessary, that should kind of be on a phone. These apps are apps that I don't really spend much time on. Health, I use when I go for walks. Reminders, of course, for making shopping lists or putting reminders in my phone. Google Calendar, they're all like pretty self-explanatory. I use Spotify for music, and crossword, the New York Times crossword, I like to do sometimes, especially the spelling bee app too, which is in it. When you swipe to the right is when I have more of my other apps, and my mindset behind these apps is that I have them on there just in case if I need them, and they're more of a, most of these are utility apps. So we'll start with my little social cube here. When I click on that, I have all kind of self-explanatory apps. GroupMe for group messages, Messenger, it's Facebook Messenger, WeChat, Weibo, which is like a social media, but I don't use it that much, and WhatsApp. And all of these I use for contacting people, like friends, and yeah, I'll check Weibo maybe like once every week or so, and not an app that I'm really addicted to either. And then we'll go to entertainment. I have YouTube, guitar tabs, and Spotify. YouTube I definitely keep on my phone for practicality. I think it's nice sometimes to be able to watch YouTube on my phone. And this is one app that I would say I have to monitor a little bit more closely because I can get carried away watching YouTube. So recently I've been trying not to do that as much. Then I have guitar tabs, which is for when I want to play guitar, of course. And I already talked about Spotify. I don't feel like I have to really go through utilities as these are all self-explanatory as well. So let's just move on to creativity. So here I have the YouTube Studios app, which basically keeps track of all my stats. And I have this app, which is called 8mm. Basically you can record things such as this. And you can change the filter, which is cool. I like using this app if I'm going to record something that I want to look sort of old-fashioned. In Productivity and Finance, I have my Notion app for taking notes, Chase, that's my bank, Forest, which is a fun app. I know I've talked about it before. Basically, you can set a timer for as long as you want, and then if you leave this app, then it will basically kill the tree. So it's a good app to keep you off your phone if you're studying, and what's cool is you can actually see your forest of how many trees you've planted during this year. So last year I planted quite a few, and yeah, it's just really cool to like keep track of your focus time. Then I have GoodNotes, which I use with my iPad because I took notes on my iPad from school, and Venmo, that's for sending money to people. After that, I have a couple of reading apps. Typically I prefer to read on my iPad, but I found out about this app called All Sides, which is really cool because it'll show you app articles from both left, right, and center sides of politics, so that you're getting more of an unbiased view whenever you want to read news about something. I have Goodreads, which is amazing. I love this app because I can add a ton of books to my want to read list, and I can kind of sort them and, you know, go through them whenever I'm like, what books do I want to read? I can also add books to my read list, which is nice because then I get to keep track of everything that I've read. And I also have a goal this year to read 25 books, so that's been fun to kind of see how I'm doing with that. And then if you're friends with people, you can also see what they're reading as well. Papago, that's for translating Korean. And then I have Pleco, which is a Chinese translation. This is a Chinese translation app, and the Bible app, Google Translate, and weather. Then I have several apps for shopping and food. Again, I only keep them on my phone if I feel like I use them like once a month or so. Any less than that, then I typically delete. And then Amazon for shopping, Target for shopping, Yelp for looking up recommendations when I am traveling or out and about, New York Times Cooking because I have some recipes on there that I like to cook with, and Starbucks for when I'm out and on the go I want to drink. With travel, I have my flying apps and basically a bunch of parking apps. I think that it's good to have these on my phone already because sometimes I'm in a space where I need to download the app when I'm already there and it just takes too long and I'm in a rush, so I consistently keep these apps on my phone. I also have Uber in case I'm ever in a pinch and need a ride. For education, I have this app called Hello Talk, which allows you to find some speakers to talk to. I've also got Quizlet on my phone, which I use for flashcards and sleep cycle. It monitors your sleep. This is a great app. It's funny, it actually records some like sounds and I can hear my dog snoring. I also have a couple of games. I already talked about the crossword puzzle. This one game's called, I think it's called Fill. And basically the point of this game is to figure out how to fill your entire screen like that from start to finish, like a maze. And I like playing this game when I'm on flights. This is like the only game I ever play when I'm on a plane and I'm bored because it's really easy to pass the time and it's really fun. And yeah, that's kind of all of my apps on my phone. I think for me, this helps because it still allows me to get the advantages of having a smartphone without having any social media or other addicting apps on my phone, I guess. So that's kind of my mindset behind it. And I used to have a lot more apps, I would say, like, you know, all the social media apps and whatnot, but I'm grateful that I've been able to kind of lower it down to these few. Yeah, I'm excited to see where this journey of digital minimalism continues to go for me, and I hope that I can continue to lessen my screen time. And yeah, let me know if you guys are also thinking about being more digitally minimalist this year. And thank you so much for watching. Talk to you guys later. Bye!